What's up, everybody? This is Claudio Alegre, your host, and welcome to episode 15. Can't believe it. Season 3 of the Daily Pill, a live webcast sponsored by our parent company, Angel Home Care Services. And today's episode, we're going to get right into it because there's so much information to cover. And we have such a special guest here today. And I'm going to, kind of skip through a lot of the stuff that I normally do in the beginning. So today's topic is wearable device technologies or technology for seniors. Health tech is moving very, very fast. It's almost impossible to keep up. Uh, and right now, the wearable tech in healthcare, it's impacting all of our lives, but especially seniors, right? Today we're going to find out the latest news and devices available, new advancements in Apple Watch technology, the new glucose monitors for diabetes, heart and sleep devices that are going to, that make our lives better. Plus, who's making this stuff, right? What you need to get it, and why now is the perfect time for you to start learning about this and to kind of lead us into that world. Today we have Stephanie Klein, um, who it's amazing. I'm gonna introduce her to you really quick. I gotta read some of her stuff. There's no way I can memorize her bio. So let me just quickly introduce her. Stephanie is an acceleration specialist and strategy consultant in the niche areas of health and wellness and healthcare technology. She owns a strategic marketing company designed to simplify, and a digital print and publishing company. She has a triple master's degree in, by the way, triple master's, that means a doctorate and a BA, just in case you want to play around with that. Triple master's degree in public health administration, and business administration, with concentrations in healthcare leadership, management marketing, complementary and alternative medicine, and functional nutrition. Stephanie graduated summa cum laude and number one in her class with leadership distinctions and graduation speakers honor. She's most passionate about healthcare technology, artificial intelligence, precision individualized medicine, integrative hybrid wellness models, luxury wellness, and luxury wellness travel. She recently hosted Silver Linings with Stephanie on True Old Ladies 95.9 FM in Palm Beach for 2 seasons and has a total media reach of in the hundreds of thousands. Anyways, honors and awards, right? All right, national multi-award winning co-producer of a health and wellness documentary titled Happy, Healthy, Stronger Makeover with health and fitness expert Lindsay Martinez. Everglades University graduate commencement speakers with leadership distinctions honors, recipient of the Boca Raton Holistic Chamber of Commerce Excellence in Leadership Award, and of the Glass Leadership Institute Scholarship. She also is a recipient of the Eat Better, Live Better Community Service and Dedication Award. Stephanie, I could keep going, but I'm not because you begged me not to. Thank you so much for being here. How are you?
I am really doing wonderful, Claudio, and I'm so happy to be here with you on the Daily Pill. We have so much to talk about, and it's an honor and pleasure to come here today and share with your audience really some amazing healthcare technology, the advancements in health tech, and how ultimately it can improve the lives of everyone watching and most certainly all of your clients at Angel Home Care Services.
Thank you. Thank you. And just to kick that off, I wanted to read something that I dug up. This is a study by AARP in 2015, right? In 2015, that's 6 years ago, and they concluded that 45% of participants, participating older adults 50 plus, right, reported increased motivation for healthier living after 6 weeks of using a wearable activity device or sleep tracker. And 67% of participants overall felt that such wearables were of beneficial value. This is 6 years ago, and you and I both know that the technology since then might have been just like it's a different era, right? Of how fast things have progressed. You and I were talking before the show, and even prepping for this. We met at the 5K walk like a couple of months ago, and we said we have to do this. And then a month and a half later, we're doing it. So I'm happy about that. But getting into the actual topic, there are three areas that you felt when we were kind of prepping for this that we needed to kind of focus on. And I said, let's go for it. And that's ECG monitoring, blood glucose monitoring, and better sleep solutions. So why don't we start there? Let's start with what are the cool gadgets that are pretty much accessible right now. How can people get it? If you happen to have some idea on range of pricing for those, great. If not, we can look that up, and you put that on the show notes as well if we don't have them handy. But I'm just going to give you the floor, and then we'll just riff and go back and forth. If I have some questions, I'll raise my hand because you're the teacher today, okay? So, are you okay with this?
Yes, absolutely. I'm ready.
All right, let's go. So, where do you want to start? We start with, it's your show now.
Okay, so let's just start for your audience with the Apple Watch. The Apple Watch is a device, of course, a wearable piece of tech that most people are very familiar with. Now, what's interesting that I wanted to just make sure that we cover today for your audience in particular, Claudio, is the fact that there are many people that still don't know that there are ECG capabilities with the Apple Watch. And another thing that a lot of people I have found don't really realize is that you don't have to have the latest and greatest Apple Watch to actually receive the benefits of the ECG technology. And what I mean by that is that as long as the person actually has access to an Apple Watch Series 4 or newer, you can simply download the ECG app to your phone, connect it to your iPhone, connect it to your Apple Watch, and then you can still use the technology. So I figured that was something that was definitely going to be helpful for your audience to know.
And by the way, for those of you who don't know what ECG is, that's kind of like the heart rhythm, right? Just the technology that lets you know if you're having an issue with your heart, an arrhythmia, sometime of some sort of a beat that's not supposed to be there. Anything having to do with your heart and how it's behaving.
Exactly. And just to let everybody know, the Apple team actually enlisted Stanford University Medical School to do a survey of over 400,000 watch users, Apple Watch users, back in 2017 and 2018 to validate the technology before they released it to the public. And it was through the success of that particular study of over 400,000 participants that they were able to validate the technology. And so I know that's a very important for many people. And so anytime we're talking about wearable tech, we'll also always cover the scientific evidence that backs what we speak about.
Awesome. What? So you were saying that from the 400 series up is game, right?
Yes, 4 series and newer for the Apple Watch. And something else that I don't think a lot of people are well aware of yet is that you can actually give permission, Claudio, as the actual Apple Watch owner. Let's just say that you're a caregiver, you're a baby boomer that's in the sandwich generation. So let's just say you're taking care of both children and your parents, your aging parents. You can actually, as a caregiver, you can actually purchase an Apple Watch for your aging loved one. You can have them wear the technology, and then they can give you permission to actually get the same information that they're receiving. They can allow you and any other individual or entity that they want to have the information, they can transmit that information directly to them. So for example, many heart patients with AFib issues or any heart genetic conditions that maybe run in families, and that's been a concern to them, this would be a great device for them. And also, Claudio, what is imperative with the ECG app and all the technology with this is that not only can you have your doctor and your family monitor along with you, so that everybody's keeping a watchful eye, then also it's really important to understand that in the health app itself on the Apple Watch, there is a medical ID portion. Most people don't even know about the medical ID that's in the iPhone and the Apple Watch, to where when you're caring for an aging loved one, you can program their devices to where even if their device is locked, if there was ever an emergency, anyone attending to them, any sort of emergency personnel, any physician, can literally unlock their medical ID without a password.
Wow, that's insane. That's pretty cool. I mean, the whole thing is cool, but now it just keeps layering, right?
And this is something that we actually didn't touch on prior to the show, but I will mention it. Also, for all those that really are interested in 23andMe, any sort of heredity, genealogy and genomics that they're really working on through 23andMe, where you're really aiming to get more and more precise individualized medicine. What's also very interesting is that you can now connect your health app and any of your ECG recordings. You can actually give the 23andMe app access to that information as well, because in that application, you're also able to log so much more information than even that you can just get from your health app on
Wow.
the iPhone. So if you were then sending the information from your watch, your Apple Watch, to 23andMe, you're going to have that much more information to share with your healthcare provider and your family.
Wow, that's amazing. We may have to do a show just on the Apple Watch and everything related to it. Okay, so blood glucose monitoring, huge, right? I mean,
Yes.
years ago, you needed to give away a pint of blood just to get, figure out what was going on. But tell us a little bit about what's going on. What's on the fringe on that?
Okay, so I don't know that it's on the fringe. However, what I did want to just speak about today is something that has really now proven out to be extremely successful and extremely helpful. And that is Abbott Laboratories Freestyle Libra. And it's actually, Claudio, it's not a blood glucose monitor, it's a continuous glucose monitor. So this is cutting edge. Continuous glucose monitors are literally these tiny little patch-like devices. They're circular that you put just on your skin. And then they actually work with both iPhones and Androids. And this helps. They keep a 14-day accuracy record because each patch is usable for about 14 days. And that keeps an accurate 14-day record, and it's actually extracting the data from your interstitial cell tissue.
Wow, and is this like the patches? Is it all via prescription? You need to get a prescription from your doctor to get it, so it's all it's not over the counter stuff.
It is definitely not over the counter. You
Okay.
do need a prescription to get the Freestyle Libra devices. However, what's really interesting is if you go to Abbott, let me tell you exactly where you can go. It is freestyle.abbott.com, and they're at freestyle.abbott.com. They've got some great videos that everybody watching can go to watch to really understand the technology. And also, and that's very important for both education and awareness, Claudio, as you well know. They have a free 14-day trial, and I know for anybody that's watching that may have limited resources, I do know that they do have a program that you can apply for to see if you would be qualified to receive the Freestyle Libre device absolutely free.
That is awesome. I'm definitely going to include this in the show notes. As you know, we're going to transcribe all this, and then we're going to, post it on the site, and then obviously we'll give more access to more people grabbing onto the information and putting it to work.
And a lot of times, and this is really important, Claudio, as well, to actually mention with the Freestyle Libre continuous glucose monitor, you actually, not only can you use it again with iPhone and Android, you can actually connect it to your Apple Watch. So that's also important to know. So if you do have that iPhone, not only can you have access to an ECG monitoring platform, you can also have access, especially if you have a loved one, you yourself or a loved one has issues with diabetes. Freestyle Libre is actually available to anyone who's 4 years old or older.
Okay, that's great. That's awesome. All right, let's move on to sleep.
Okay.
All right. So better sleep solutions, and of course, sleep has been as huge as heart and cardiac conditions and diabetes, of course. But the technology in the last few years for sleep studies has just rocketed, right? Would you agree?
Yes, definitely.
All right. So tell us what's in store right now. What do we need to know?
Okay, so the Oura Ring has come a really long way. It's spelled O-U-R-A, the Oura Ring. They're actually made out of titanium. They're non-allergenic, and they actually read the pulse. They read the pulse, and anybody that's wearing it, you normally wear it on your right hand. You can wear it on any hand that you want to. Here are some of the capabilities that it has. This is not all of them, but just during your sleep, it's going to monitor and measure your resting heart rate, your heart rate variability, your HRV, your respiratory rate, Claudio, body temperature. It's going to actually measure light, deep, and REM sleep, nighttime movement, and also sleep timing and the quality of sleep. So it's going to actually measure, if you're waking up during the night, you're needing to go to the bathroom, or you're waking up during the night and you're drinking water, it's going to measure all of that, and it's going to provide you an enormous amount of information that's going to actually help you to improve your not only your daily activity level, but the quality of sleep and your overall health as well.
Wow, I that's like having a sleep study every night. All you got to do is score it.
Exactly, and of course, all you have to do is download the app. The Oura Ring app to your iPhone or your Android, and you're going to be very well aware of what's going on, not only with just your sleep, also, as I mentioned, with your overall health. And if you have all of these, can you imagine if you have all of these technologies working in tandem, the more educated and the more aware that we are of our own health and well-being, the more we're going to be able to thrive. And I feel like that's what so many people 50 plus are really looking for. We're looking for ways that we can thrive more.
Yeah.
And that's what all of this healthcare, this health tech, as we call it, healthcare technology and wearables, this is what they all allow us to do. And so I'm a huge fan of wearable tech. I'm a huge fan of healthcare technology, and anything I can do to help bring awareness and further education about what is out there. That's really what I want to do.
Awesome. I think, and by the way, the Oura Ring is hardware, and then the software downloadable through your phone. Also, is it linked to your Apple Watch as well? Do you know if that's available for it?
That's a really good question. I believe it is.
Okay.
Did you say on the watch or on the phone?
On the phone for sure. You can download the app, right?
Mm-hmm.
But would it link to your Apple Watch as well? Not that we need to know right now. It's not
That's a good question. I can definitely look that up
okay.
and put it back in the chat, or we can drop it in the comment section below the actual video, so that we make sure that we give everybody the correct answer.
Awesome. So we have now so the Apple Watch, obviously you can buy it, right? The Oura Ring, you can buy it as well, right? The ECG, the glucose monitoring is the one that you would need a prescription from your physician for the three technologies that we talked about today.
Yes.
Right? Okay. Did you want to briefly talk about? I think that you sent me a few notes on the Apollo, right?
Yeah, a lot of people don't know about the Apollo Neuro.
Okay.
The Apollo Neuro is a very specific device for those who, Claudio, this is specifically for people who are suffering from depression, anxiety,
Okay.
PTSD, and any adult onset trauma, early childhood trauma. So it really helps with stress management and what we call improving one's stress resilience.
Okay. And can you talk a little bit about how it works? How does it help with PTSD and all those conditions?
Yes, so just to give you a little bit of background information for you and your audience, the Apollo neuroscience technology was actually born from the research of the University of Pittsburgh, doctors David Rabin, who's an MD and a PhD, and Dr. Greg Siegel, who's also a PhD, and they worked together at the program in cognitive affective neuroscience to develop this specifically scientifically proven technology that the Apollo Neuro device actually delivers.
Yeah.
And it does that by delivering certain combinations of low frequency inaudible sound waves, meaning vibration,
Okay.
that you can feel but you can't hear. And I actually wanted to show you, this is my Apple Watch. So I use it all the time. And then this is my Apollo Neuro. So I actually have both of these devices. I just got my Apollo Neuro. So I look forward to actually testing it out for about 60 days for everyone. And then perhaps I can come back on your show and really talk about it a bit more.
Absolutely.
But the Apollo Neuro has all types of settings. You can wear it on your wrist or your ankle. So it's up to you. Like if you're already wearing your watch, you may prefer to wear it on your ankle, or you may prefer to wear both on the same arm or the other arm, whatever you want to do. But the Apollo Neuro has different settings, Claudio, and you can use it for energy to wake up in the morning, meditation and mindfulness. You can use it for sleeping to improve sleep and renewal, relax and unwind. You can use it for clear and focused perspective.
Okay.
And you can also use it to rebuild and recover. For me personally, I'm actually interested to see how it allows me to help strengthen my own stress resilience throughout my day. And I'm also interested in seeing, I am working out more and I'm working more intensely with my trainer. And have you ever noticed if you're super stressed out and you've also had a super hard workout, it seems like your whole body is sore, like almost like chronically aching and chronically sore. Well, the Apollo Neuro actually, part of their scientific evidence actually states that with regular continued use, that the Apollo Neuro can actually help minimize the effects of these types of situations.
Yeah, it sounds like there's a bit of a grounding technology there, which I know is a topic that we can geek out over. All things having to do with grounding. For me, is sometimes when I feel stressed, what I do is I take off my shoes and I walk on the grass.
I do too.
Right, and automatically I can tell the difference. And you're right about sometimes I'm used to working out just like you, right? So sometimes we don't listen to our bodies enough, and then you get that perfect storm where maybe you should have taken it a little bit easier, maybe worked out at a different time, and not have that compounding effect that ultimately. But now with the Apollo, seems like you can have it all.
Exactly. And
you
you
know?
know what? Before we go, Claudio, I want to jump back to the Apple Watch really quick.
Uh-huh.
A lot of seniors, specifically your clientele, they actually, since we're on the screen, I'm actually going to pull it up while we're right here. Everybody loves their watch for the workout function, really.
Yep.
So if I click on workout, I want to just mention to you that a lot of seniors do pool exercise.
Yep.
And it's
Aerobic.
not just them. I mean, I swim laps almost every single day now. That was something I used to do 3 and 4 years ago. I jumped back into it. I'm loving it. And what I can do is I can just switch over to of course, I use it for my outdoor walk, my biking, all of these different things that I use it for to measure. And then I have it linked to my 23andMe app. So it's feeding all the data into there. And so I can actually click on either a pool swim or an open water swim. And most people don't need this. When I click that, it's automatically going to water seal the watch so that while I'm swimming, it's measuring my heart rate and it's measuring how many laps and the calories I've burned, and it's logging it all into my app so I know how good I'm doing. And then when I get out of the pool, I end my workout, and literally you just twist the dial, and any water that's surrounding it will just spit it right back out.
Wow, I didn't know that. I thought it was automatically waterproof, not that it actually reacted to the environment that way.
Exactly. So you just set it that you're going to do your swim. And then that way, while you're underwater, your Apple Watch is protected from any sort of water infiltration. And then you still collect all the information. And then when you get out, you twist that dial, it
And it
expels the
purges
water,
water.
and it's done.
Wow, I'm so overdue to get it because I'm in the water almost every day, every day. And for me, like I would definitely get a lot of data back from not only physiologically, but in terms of distance and rate and all of that. But that is awesome. I I know we can just talk about an hour, for hours on this stuff. And I know there's other stuff that I wanted to bring up, but that's pretty much all the time we have. But I'm having you back if you can make the time, in a couple of months maybe, or maybe even before, because I think that this topic is something that we need to stay on top of, because there's so much stuff coming up, and then there's so many upgrades, right? And they're all for the better. They're all for just be smarter, faster, and better at, it's all lifestyle oriented
It
anyway.
is.
Like you said before, I fall in that category. I'm 52, right? So I stopped managing my time years ago. I started managing my energy, right? And that's all we're talking about here. How do you manage your energy? How are you a little bit more aware of yourself in the context of your surrounding, not just inward, but that balance, right? And I think that, and if you're compromised, right, health wise, now times 10.
Yes, all of this technology, like you said, Claudio, is really about optimizing health and well-being. And not only just optimizing health and well-being, all of the technology is really allowing us to have the fulfillment of the optimizing of our fullness of our human potential. Really understanding what are we capable of in our own individuality, and then looking at that and seeing the areas in which we can improve that would actually allow us to thrive more than we ever have before, because not only do we now have access to all of the technology and the information, then we can use that information to take actionable measures that are really going to improve our lives.
For sure. For sure. Thank you so much, Stephanie, for taking the time to teach us about all this stuff. And I'm going to thank you in advance to put you on the spot for the next one too, just in case. Okay.
Okay,
you know,
it's It's my pleasure. I can't wait. I'm sure we'll have so many more things to talk about. There's lots happening in this industry, and anything I can do, Claudio, to help you personally, to help your audience, to help all those that you serve through Angel Home Care Services, I'm at your service, and it would truly be an honor and a pleasure.
Thank you so much, Stephanie. I really appreciate it. So there you have it, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll put this up really quick. And, thanks again, Steph. I'll see you guys next Wednesday, 7:30, live right here at the Daily Pill. Take care. Bye-bye.